When we change our perspective, we often find that the world seems a little lighter. Maybe it's not just our perspective that's changing. Maybe the world changes with us. Let's talk about it.
This is a beautiful thought.
Welcome, beautiful thinkers. Let's talk about when there's music in your soul. So I was just listening back to one of these episodes before I publish it. It's probably now published and be called Squeeze a Little Happiness. And I was talking about paying attention to your own body or directing your attention inwards to the sacrum and to the solar plexus, which are seats of the vagus nerve, I believe, and also, therefore, seats of happiness, because they're these seats of our parasympathetic nervous system, these systems that invigorate us, or these systems that get activated during meditation. And I was thinking, this is good. This is a good thing that I'm doing here, and not in an arrogant way, but in a confident way, thinking about my own work, being proud of it. And I believe that I am doing something good, that this is going to help others. I was thinking about those words from the artist from Colombia, Darwin Grajales, the singer-songwriter. He wrote that song. The title escapes me, but in the chorus, he says, Cuando hay música en tu alma, oye todo el universo. When there is music in your soul, the whole universe will hear it. Yesterday, I was listening to the audiobook from Russ. I think it's called It's All in Your Head. Russ is a hip-hop producer, and he's talking about how important it is to believe in yourself. Like, even from a young age, 14 years old, as a starting hip-hop head and music producer, he believed so much that every beat that he was creating was just straight dope. Even though objectively people would hear it and be like, that's not it, man. He believed so much in himself. He believed that he had something special to offer. I used to listen to Tupac Shakur, and he had this lyric. I can't remember the exact lyric, but he said these words, I knew I was going to be a star. And sometimes it's a bit funny to think about that, because of course he did become a star and remembered in the hearts of many. People are still listening to his music many years after his death, and produced so much music that they continued releasing it many years after his death. And I thought, well, it's easy to say that. Once you become a superstar, once you become famous, you can say, well, I always knew it was going to be like that. Maybe we all have that feeling that we have something special to offer the world. Some of us lose touch with it. Some of us hold on to it, or some of us keep fanning that flame, that little light that's always within us, that's saying, yes, there is something special. I do have something unique to offer the world. This world would not be the same without you. In fact, you are an integral part of this universe. That's something that I truly believe. In fact, without you, without that special puzzle piece that slots into the world, fits in there exactly, perhaps this world, this universe, could not even exist. People talk about the fractal universe or the holographic universe, meaning that one part of this universe actually contains the potential for all other parts. So just by looking at one piece of us, it was interesting. Of course, a lot of people talking about novel coronavirus and the PCR test. You go back and listen to these speeches or these interviews with Kary Mullis, the inventor of the PCR test. And he says, well, when you look for something, if you do enough cycles, if you repeat this replication process enough times, then you will find, it seems, you can find almost anything in almost any body. And he says it does make you think of this Buddhist concept. Perhaps everything is in everything else. Perhaps it's real, which ties into this concept of the holographic universe. Now, that might be a little too out there for some people, but I think it's true. I think that every body, every piece in this puzzle has this perfect resonance, this perfect part to play, to send out that harmony, that melody into the universe. So, when you have music in your soul, the whole universe will hear. Thank you for listening, and thank you for playing that music in your soul. Thank you for keeping that light aflame so it can light up the lights of others. Thank you.
A beautiful thought.
Thanks for coming along for the ride. By the way, I really do recommend the music of Darwin Grajales. If you haven't figured that out by now, with the amount of times I mention it, have a listen on YouTube. Maybe you can send the fellow a tip there for bringing this wonderful music into the world that people often use in ceremonies as healing music. And if you don't understand Spanish, then it might be worth sitting there with Google Translate and trying to figure out the lyrics and grasp these spiritual lessons that he's expounding in them. Have a wonderful day.